Hi friends, welcome to the second episode of Wine and a Drama, the series where I talk about Asian dramas and drink wine, except I'm not drinking wine tonight because I don't have any in the house. If you watched the last episode that I did, I talked about some of the shows that I am looking forward to, and in that you'll know that there was a common theme, and that theme was Netflix. I figured that not everybody is like me and has a bunch of different subscriptions to all the different Asian drama streaming sites, but a lot of people do have Netflix already. Netflix has a pretty sizable amount of dramas on the site, and so I thought it would be good to come up with a list of some of the shows that I personally think, if you're kind of browsing through the catalog, that you should watch. The first series I wanted to talk about is 12 Years Promise. I think this is a really great show to kind of ease someone into watching K-dramas because it does kind of hit all those like normal Korean drama tropes. I also think it's like closer to being a soap opera than it is drama, so it's kind of nice to show that as an option for someone who is just getting into Korean dramas. I also really like the way that it is kind of set up, the storyline, because it is split. So the first half of the series roughly is 12 years in the past of the two main characters. And so then the last half of the series, even though it's present days, it's 12 years from that. The second show I wanted to talk about is Sound of Your Heart. It stars Kwang Soo, who is in Running Man. It also stars Jung Seung Min, who I talked about because she's in Because This Is My First Life, which is a fantastic drama, but it's not on Netflix, so we're not talking about that. I thought this would be a really great one to talk about because it's a true comedy. Kwang Soo's character is a cartoonist, and it's basically he's drawing his life, and it's really funny. You'll see a lot of the characters or the actors are kind of famous, and you'll see them in other dramas, so I think it's really great to have that on your list. Next show I'm going to talk about is Million Yen Women. I don't know what was going on in my head when I was filming last episode, and I kept on saying 100 million yen women, and it's not, it's just million yen. I don't know, but this is starring Yojiro Noda. So the reason why I first watched this was because of him, but I ended up really liking this drama. I don't know how to describe it without spoiling stuff, but it's a mystery. Basically, Yojiro Noda's character is a writer, and through something happening, these women start living in his house and paying the million yen rent every month, and it allows him to focus on writing, and you don't know why these women came, and throughout the series you kind of like figure out what these women are or who they are and what they do. It's really weird but really good, especially when it starts kind of like starting to pick up and like you start like learning things about the women. It's also a Netflix co-produced drama, so you're only going to see this on Netflix. This next series is a series that I put on here because I think people should watch it because it's a pretty standard drama that everybody references it. However, it's not the drama or the dramas that I really like. I am specifically talking about the Japanese version of this story. There is a Korean version, and it's on Netflix. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I want to focus on the Japanese version because I think the Japanese version is a little bit better. It is a high school drama, which just right there, it's really not intended for me as someone who is over 30. The really popular, really smart, good-looking guy, and the girl who's not as smart and not as popular, but she's really nice and she's really friendly. She falls in love. Through events that happen, she ends up living with him at his family's house. And so it kind of just like follows them and their kind of antics together. The Japanese version has Yuki Furukawa in it, who I really like, and I think he portrays the main character a little bit better. It's not as unlikable of a character to me when he does it as opposed to Kim Yoon-jung. Also, there's a friend who is kind of like the, I guess, the second love interest of this show that is, I don't like in the Korean version, but in the Japanese version, it's just a completely different character, and I really love it. So that's why I lean towards the Japanese drama, although the main girl I really like in the Korean drama. It's my favorite girl, Jung So-min. I have like loyalty towards her, but I really like her portrayal of the main character a little bit better. If I could like take some elements of the Japanese drama and some elements of the Korean drama and put them together, I would really like it. It is a pretty popular series, and it's definitely one to check out, especially if you're into high school dramas. This next show I wanted to talk about because it is probably one of the closest of the shows that I've personally seen, closest to a Western drama, and that's Quiz from God. And I think there's 4 seasons on Netflix in total. I am slowly working through them. I didn't talk about this in my last video, but I kind of like have been slowly like watching a couple episodes. But I think this is a really good show to watch if you want kind of something that's a little bit more closer to a true Western drama. The show is a crime drama. It is basically a group of people. Some of them are like scientists and doctors and cops, and they all come together to figure out murders that are deemed bizarre. So obviously Jesse, being an X-Files fan, absolutely loves it. I think it also, like, it speaks to it being a good series that there's 4 seasons of it. So if you're looking for something that's like less K and J drama and more Western drama, I suggest checking it out. This next series I really love, and I actually didn't watch it on Netflix. Netflix just has it now. I watched it when it was airing back in the summer, and that's Strong Woman Do Bong Soon, which is an adorable drama, and I think everybody should watch it. It like rides that kind of fine line of being too corny and being cute. Park Bo Young is the lead, and I think she's adorable in this show. You might know her from Oh My Ghostess, which is also on Netflix. It's kind of a weird storyline, but I swear it's good. Basically what happens is in this family, the females inherit this superhuman strength ability. It's really great because if you've seen the actress, she's like super tiny. It's a really good show despite it seeming like it might not be good. I enjoyed it, and I definitely think you should check it out. This next show I actually stumbled upon like just completely at random. I was just randomly scrolling through the list of K-dramas, and I saw it and I watched it and I really adored it. And it's called The Cravings. I'm pretty sure it was a web drama. It's really short series. There's 2 seasons, but they're short in the seasons and they're short on the episode lengths. And it's not really a drama. It is about this main girl who is newly single and just kind of like figuring out life and just being on their own. But that's like the subplot of the entire show. It basically revolves around food and her making food for herself or for other people. Sometimes it's mostly like what she has on hand, or maybe it's her and her mom making something. It does this interesting thing with the show where at the end of the episode, the actress comes back on and she actually prepares the meal and does like specific recipe amounts, kind of like a cooking show. It's definitely an easy show to get through. It's tiny. The next show is a J-drama, and it's actually the first J-drama that I watched on Netflix, and it's called Atelier. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. It is a really interesting story, and I think if you are into fashion or into design, you're gonna really love this show. It follows basically a lingerie company, and they make custom lingerie and they do kind of higher end stuff, and so it follows kind of the lives of the people who work there, also kind of their business and how they do things. I thought it was a really interesting look into the fashion world. The last show that I'm going to talk about is actually not a drama, it's a variety show, and I wanted to talk about it because I think it is so fascinating that Netflix actually has a variety show that you can watch, which is something that I never would have expected. I didn't notice it was on Netflix. It's labeled as a different name than I know it, so that's why I didn't see it, and I thought it was just so amazing that I had to share it with you. So the show that I'm talking about is Men on a Mission. I know it as Knowing Brothers. It's probably, if you actually watch the show, that's how you know it. Variety show. So it does a bunch of different things and has a bunch of different like people on it. Kind of do this thing where they bring in a lot of like K-pop idols and actors and actresses and talk, and it's funny. I have found personally that watching variety shows helps my Korean more than watching dramas, and since I do watch these as kind of a learning tool to learn Korean, it's really kind of interesting to watch them. And just in general, I think it's really great that you can actually see a variety show on Netflix. So those are the shows that I think that you should really check out if you have a Netflix account. I really wanted to compile a list of shows that I thought can give a really great rounded view of what Netflix has in terms of the different genres and subgenres of some of these Japanese and Korean shows. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment and let me know what you think. I was trying more to get something that was a little bit more of a rounded list as opposed to just like shows that I personally really love that happen to be on Netflix. I wanted to show that you can find something on Netflix even if you don't like a certain type. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.